We're going to start with the panel. We do have, let me double check before I do this correctly. Gabriela, you're going to be able to come up here now? Okay, come on. Yeah, right now, okay. And I know 1 o'clock is the deadline, so we're moving forward. We'll have the panel, awards, y listo. So I want to introduce Alma Hernandez. If you don't know Alma, she's the mayor of Suisun City, first Latina, Mexicana. So I'll let her introduce herself also.
Sure, muchísimas gracias, Marisela. Thank you, everyone. Once again, my name is Alma Hernandez. I'm the first elected mayor of the city of Suisun City and of all of Solano County, so I'm muy orgullosa. Just got to say real quickly, as I introduce myself, how I use my role is an opportunity to bring Latinos into City Hall, the first time that they've experienced that as well. So being able to meet, I see members here, members of the Latino Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, members of Voces Unidas, members of the Parent Teachers Leadership Institute, para enseñarle a los padres que hablan español cómo venir a dar una voz en City Hall y también a diferentes organizaciones que hablan español. So that is the opportunity of being in these roles, of bringing a la comunidad inside. So that's what I'm really, really proud of, contributing to la comunidad. So I do a lot of that. I'm very bilingual, but also real Spanglish. So just hopefully we can follow along. I'm honored to be able to introduce our panel today. I'm so excited to hear from them. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly ask each one of them to take no more than 2 minutes just to give us an introduction of who you are and a little bit about yourself. Si nos pueden decir un poquito, we'll start with Maestra Carla Valdez.
Muy buenas tardes, mi nombre es...
One more second, tenemos el micrófono. Can we do a quick... Aquí vamos, eso mero. All right,
Okay.
let's go.
Perfecto. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Carla Valdés. Soy maestra del distrito escolar de aquí de Vacaville. Soy maestra nueva. Estoy en mi primer año con mis credenciales preliminares y me da mucho gusto estar aquí. También soy primera generación en ir al colegio, así es que tengo 7 años trabajando sin parar para estar en el lugar que estoy el día de ahora. Gracias.
Gracias. ¿Qué sigue?
Hola a todos. My name is Brian Puentes. I am a third-year veterinary student at the UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine. I'm honored to be here and share with you a little piece of my story. I was born and raised in San Jose, California. Went to high school and then came up to UC Davis for my undergraduate degree. And a couple years after I graduated, moved back to San Jose. Worked, and then I accomplished my ultimate goal, which was to get into veterinary school. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gabriela Stephanie Rodriguez. I am a second-year college student at Napa Valley College, and I'm from Vallejo, California. I'm very grateful to be here. There's not much in my life going on other than that I've been studying and I'm working with the Stocorico group, as you can obviously tell. And I've been, doing my best trying to thrive in an area where it's predominantly very underwhelming and very poor education. But so far I've been persevering through my struggles. And so I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you for being here. So the way that I'm going to facilitate this panel, because of our time limitation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask each one of you a separate question, and if time allows, I'll ask one more question where everyone can answer, okay? So I'm going to start off with Maestra Carla Valdez. If you can talk a little bit to us about what are the most significant academic or financial challenges you've encountered while pursuing higher education. How did these challenges affect your college experience or is affecting your college experience or has affected your college experience?
For me, I lived through a very unique experience. I went back to school as an adult. I used to be a para-educator for our school district. and I was granted the opportunity to be in a 5-year program that allowed me to go back to school. But when I took that opportunity, there are other things that I had to consider, which was my family. I was also helping my husband provide for our family, so that meant leaving my full-time job to go back to school. Knowing that I had funding available to pay for school was stressful, but at the same time, I could see the long-term reward. So just being able to have some kind of security when you're going back to school, it's important. Someone that was going into education, as you know, to be a teacher, you have to be a student teacher for a whole year. That means a whole year with no pay. And that was nerve-breaking for me. I was lucky enough to be in a district that offered me that opportunity where I could do intern teaching. So that means that I was still able to provide with my family as I continue to go to school. So I think creating those opportunities especially for adults to be able to go back to school, and also for our young students to be able to have a secure income that allows them to thrive in what they wanted and their ultimate goals. So that's.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. I'm too close to here. A little feedback. Brian Puentes, how have your cultural and family backgrounds impacted your educational journey?
So just a little bit about me and my family. Both my parents are immigrants that came from Bogota, Colombia. And from a very young age, they instilled in me and in my little brother the value and importance of education and how they came to this country to give us a better life, like many of our parents and Latino families. And so I was very lucky. I lived in East San Jose, which is not known to be a great area for education. And so my parents, when they came, one of their first jobs were being janitors at this private school in Cupertino. And my mom would just see the kids there in their uniforms, and she just loved the idea of whenever she had a kid to send them to school there. And so I came along, and luckily I was there. I began school there. It was a K through 8 private Catholic school, and with financial aid through the school and through my parents' support, I was able to go through that education, and I really loved school. And so my parents would always tell me, we have our jobs, but your job is to do, to do well in school. And I took that responsibility seriously. And not only that, I didn't really find it as a job. It was fun to learn. And so my parents supported me. They ended up leaving the school to work in areas that they were more interested in. My mom is a medical assistant now, and my dad works as a mechanic for the post office. And so they've always worked till this day. And so I always try to be grateful, and that drive that I have to continue my education and accomplish my educational goals is because of them and because of my family, and the better life that I want to give my own kids in the future as well. So
That's wonderful. I can hear the values of familia and how that's carried in your educational story as well. Ms. Gabriela Rodriguez, what support services or resources have been most beneficial for you during your college years? And what other resources do you believe are necessary to help Latino students thrive?
So when I first arrived to Napa Valley College, I immediately enrolled into this program called Puente. And not only was it a more Hispanic-focused community to help new students and new generations of college students like me to understand and learn about the environment, the culture of being in college. It helped me understand better and what to do in my plans to eventually transfer to a UC, which is my goal. That is one resource that I will cherish because it is really useful. But also another program that I think that a lot of Hispanics community, as well as just everyone in general, should be using is Mentis, which is a program that really focused more on the mental health aspect, which I feel like a lot of communities, like discouraged communities like this one, they don't really focus on the fact that that you need mental help regardless if whether you're doing good or bad. It's good to check up on yourself. And I feel like if students recognize that, hey, I need to take some time for myself and how to better my own thinking and like my own process of how I live, then my goals will be much closer, if that makes sense.
Thank you. And thank you for mentioning Puente. I've been a Puente mentor for about 7 years. And if I could put a plug, we don't have enough mentors. So anyone here who would love to be a mentor for the Puente program, either at Solano, Napa, or the local college, your area, let's chat because we need you to help support students just like Gabriela.
Yes, they're really important.
Yes, thank you. Have a question?
So we're running behind. Do you guys want to do one more question? Or
Okay. So I have one more question for all of you. So I will ask for your 30-second kind of for each one of you, but I think it's an important question that you can all contribute to. Here's the question. How have issues related to either immigration, language barriers, or discrimination impact your college experience? What can educators, which have here, or policymakers, you also have here, do better to support Latino students in these areas? So whoever wishes to go first, your 30-second pitch to this. What can policymakers, educators do better based on your own experience around language barriers, immigration, or discrimination that you've experienced?
I could go. I think thinking of my time with our English learners at our district, I used to be a paraprofessional and work with our newcomers. And my biggest issue going into those classes and seeing my students was the lack of understanding of a lot of our educators in general ed. Many of the times they feel that because they're there and they have some kind of support, that it's not their issue. At the end of the day, I think it's their issue. It's their student, and they should be there to support their language needs. So that's what I could say for my side, my experience.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, so through my experience as a first-generation student in higher education, I think leaving home and moving to Davis and in this area, I really miss that support from family, and even though they were, it's not that far of a drive, I think it was just perhaps like a cultural shock that I experienced in going into undergrad. And I think just first generation students going into higher education, there's a lot of question marks, and there is also that aspect of, do I belong here? Is this something that I can accomplish all 4 years? And so I think major support needs to be addressed to universities in regards to not only accepting first generation minority students, but also focusing on the retention of their students at the university, because life happens, and there's a lot of barriers and hurdles that first generations have to go through, and that could be very challenging, and if you don't have that support on campus, then it makes it that much harder to reach your end goals. So just more programs that support the retention of students in higher education, I would like to see that.
That's wonderful. Thank you. And the last one.
Yeah. And from my experience, I very much lacked the knowledge of understanding what college is going to be like, understanding the financial difficulties. I struggled filling out a FAFSA form because I had no idea what I was doing, if I was going to be doing it wrong. And I believe that if schools and everywhere would be able to like bring more understanding to people like us, I was in like underserved communities, to understand the financial aspect of it, because it is very hard for someone who, like me, who struggles, who lives in a very impoverished family, to worry about, is this going to be okay? Are we making the wrong mistakes? Are we filing this correctly? It was a huge stress in that first year. And if I didn't have that information going to college and getting the help there, I would have probably never understood that, oh, I don't have to pay for this class. Oh, I can get this for free. And I think that that's a really major issue that I think that we should be addressing more. So.
Very good. Thank you so much. Can we get a round of applause for some really great speakers? And before I transition, if I may just add one specific thing, just as we need more Latinos in education in these roles, we also need more Latino elected leaders in education, like school boards. We see city councils as well. And we don't do it alone. We need la familia, which means la comunidad, to help us out. And I just want to give a quick plug to La Wawa, who helped me as I was running for mayor. When there's no one that looks like you running by yourself out there, provided me a space in front of their business. And at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, when it was really dark, I knew that I was really, really hungry. We're like, mija, antes de que te vayas, aquí te va un plato. You have no idea when you're out there by yourselves, just like we were talking about lack of resources and not knowing, it's us together that we lift off each other. So thank you.
Gracias. We're almost there. I also have a little surprise. One of our panel speakers is a poet also. She's going to do something amazing for us today. And then after that, we'll do the awards, okay?
I wrote this poem called Somewhat American. I'm going to read it because I didn't have enough time to fully recite it, but it talks about, Mexican Americans and people who often are referred to as somewhat American. I am somewhat American. Not quite like an American, but only somewhat. So they add the extra hyphen on me so that I am separated from the likes of them. I am pseudo-American, where it's not right to learn my own native tongue over the fear of losing my Americanness. No, the only language in this land of the free is English, and that is it. So don't come to this country if you can't speak it the right white way. And oh, they say I could never just be an American, for what that requires me to have skin so clean and white with rosy cheeks and honey-colored hair, but my skin is like dirt and my eyes don't sparkle like a Barbie doll to be an American. A dream they want us to end endlessly chase, for us to look down at one another, acting like the white men, damning ourselves with the hate that they spewed at us first, until they want to act like us, eat like us, be like us, and then claim that we're copying them. I am secondhand American, where I will always be referred as Mexican before I am ever considered to be an American. For I am apparently somewhere where I never drew my first breath. They tell me to go back to the land that I never laid my eyes on, for my skin cannot be bleached enough, my hair cannot be blonde and straight enough to be a true American. So I am only somewhat, and to them that is all that I'll ever be. But who is them to tell me who I am? For I am an American, for I persevere. I am an American, for I stand strong and rise against those who try and oppress me. I'm far more American than that damned Uncle Sam, for I own up to my flaws unlike his many. So Sam, I ask you this, am I American enough, or am I still just somewhat?
Gracias, thank you. Okay, you guys can step down. We are going to do the awards. Gracias, gracias.
Thank you. Sorry.
It's on film, so we'll share with you also to have.
Okay.
Okay, so the next, we are going to do the awards. And so we are going to have, I'm going to call people that are going to be presenting the awards. Ingeniero Roberto Cortez, and he's one of our responsible engineer. And then we are going to call also Michael Silva to be up here to, and if you can be up here so that we can have. And then we have, okay. You can start, Roberto, here. Yes, here.
So I'm presenting.
There it is, that one. He graduated from Dixon High.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a Dixon High graduate. No, you took my paper. There we go. Thank you. So I'll be presenting the Bilingual Inclusiveness Award. I'm very excited to do this. It's very close to me. This prestigious recognition reflects the exceptional contribution and unwavering dedication to celebrating our culture, increasing the visibility of our Hispanic and Latinx students and professionals, and advocating for Spanish-speaking clients. The recipients of this award have innovative activities to promote bilingual education, and they have made a significant impact in the community. The selection committee was particularly impressed by the Cafecito lunch socials, which truly embody the values and spirit of the award. This group hard work, leadership, and commitment to excellence have not only been set a standard for others, but also have left a lasting impact on those around them. I am thrilled to announce that this year's recipient of the Bilingual Inclusiveness Award is the Latinx Veterinary Medical Association, UC Davis chapter.
Thank you. So, one quick note to kind of summarize what I'm hearing today, and not to go off script too much. But I can't emphasize enough how important it is to not, we don't have to always necessarily recognize people in this format, although this is very valuable. But even like the story that Alma shared of somebody just looking out for somebody else carries all of us, and you never know the impact that each of us have on each other's lives throughout our journey. So that said, I'm proud to be here to recognize the 2024 Maestra Brillante del Año Award. It is my great pleasure to stand before you today to present the 2024 Maestra Brillante del Año Award to Rosa Sanchez. This award recognizes your outstanding skills, leadership, and unwavering dedication to your students and school community. As a math teacher at Vacaville High School, your ability to connect with both students and their families has made you an invaluable asset to the math department. Your deep understanding of the unique challenges faced by Latinx students, particularly those from Southern Mexico and Central America, have profoundly impacted their success. You take immense pride in supporting students who are not only learning English, but also adapting to Spanish, many of whom come from indigenous backgrounds and speak native languages. Your leadership with newcomer students, along with your compassion as a teacher, has created a lasting impact, ensuring that all students feel understood and empowered to thrive. Your dedication and kindness set a shining example for educators everywhere. Felicidades. Rosa Sanchez.
I will be presenting the Rompiendo Barreras Award. And I would like to ask, when I name this person, if they can come up, so we'll take pictures as I speak of you, so we can put a face to the name as well. It is my great pleasure to present the 2024 Rompiendo Barreras Award to Carlos Flores. Where are you, Carlos? There we go. As the trustee for Area 1 in the Vallejo City Unified School District Board, you have played a vital role in overseeing and voting on key policies that impact curriculum, district standards, financial management, site improvements, and public works projects. This award also recognizes your resilience and unwavering commitment to serving community, embodying the spirit of Rompiendo Barreras, Si Se Puede, showing that one can advance despite challenges faced at a young age. Congratulations. Felicidades. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. All right, there we go. Congratulations. Felicidades. The next award I will be presenting is for the 2024 Mujer Impacto Award. And so I would like to ask and congratulate Dr. Judy Castro for being the recipient of the 2024 Mujer de Impacto Award. This recognizes your extraordinary contributions and your passionate commitment to celebrating cultura while elevating the visibility of Hispanic and Latinx students and professionals. The selection committee was particularly moved by your outstanding leadership as the Hispanic Serving Institution Project Director at Pacific Oaks College. Your success in authoring grants totaling an impressive $5.1 million in both 2020 and 2023 has had a profound impact on Latinx undergraduate students. Through your initiatives, you have enhanced access to essential student services, including bilingual staff, support, academic advising, cutting-edge technology, and book lending library. Your leadership has empowered countless students to achieve their educational goals and improve their futuro. Congratulations. Felicidades.
Okay, well, thank you.